Good morning. Welcome, especially to those who are preparing for baptism and their families from LaSalle. Here is what is most true about us. It is good that we exist. That's the fundamental reality. We can believe all sorts of other things. We can think all other sorts of things. None of them change the reality that it is good to exist. A lot of us, we get caught in a little trap sometimes, right? I speak to many people as a priest who say, I think I'm a bad person because of this thing that's happened in my life. I speak to many more people. We're all like this sometimes, right? We really want to know that we're good people, right? And so we try to do more things. But often what happens when we think that our goodness is mainly a sense of accomplishment, things that we've done, when there start to be things that maybe don't fit with our vision of that goodness, sometimes we can get kind of stuck. Well, if I'm a good person, but I've done things that don't seem good, then what kind of person am I? Take a step back. Here's what kind of people we are. It is good that we exist. Before we accomplish anything, before we do or don't do anything, it's good that we exist. How can that be? How can that be something that we just don't tell ourselves? Some way of making ourselves feel better about life. It's because God acts through causes, right, like family and parents, but at the origin of our existence is somebody beyond us. Call him God. And God is not just some far-off, distant force. He's not somebody we just call on when things don't go well. God is mercy. But what's mercy? Mercy is heartfelt sympathy for another's suffering. Whatever it is that we need in life, whatever our suffering may be, whether it's easily perceived to us or we don't know what it is, whether other people can see it or we're trying to hide it from ourselves, God has entered into it. Those of you who are preparing for baptism, all those of us who have been baptized, what it means to be baptized is not to add to my life another set of a whole bunch of things that I need to accomplish. I already had so many things I had to do. Now I have all this Catholic stuff I have to do too. Ugh. List just got longer. To be baptized is to acknowledge that we're entrusting ourselves to somebody who is trustworthy. That there's somebody who's beyond my life, but at the source of my life, and that because of him, I do not have to do my life by myself. And I do not have to convince myself that my life is good, and I don't have to convince anybody else that their life is good, or measure anybody else's life based on my accomplishments or their accomplishments, but on the fact that we exist and come from somebody who has entered into our suffering. This mercy of God is something that our Holy Father, late Holy Father, Pope Francis, loved to speak about. I just want to offer everybody two pieces of little encouragement, pieces of advice following the death of our Holy Father. Thought about making a video about this earlier in the week, but I just didn't get a chance post-Easter crash. First thing is to pray. Our prayers are powerful, and they're almost as a rule more powerful than we think. So pray for the repose of the soul of our Holy Father, Pope Francis. A great way to do that is just to maybe stop periodically throughout the day and pray the Our Father, or the Hail Mary, or the Glory Be, or just say the name of Jesus. Pray for those cardinals who will be electing the next pope. But God knows everything. He's outside of time. He already knows who the next pope is going to be, and there can be as much hoopla as people want around it the next couple of weeks, but God already knows. So pray for Pope Francis' successor, and pray for the church as a whole. Encouragement number 2. For the sake of everything that is good and holy in the world, do not get your news about the Pope or the church or the next pope from your usual news sources. It will not provide any clarity. Here's why. The church isn't what we normally perceive it to be, especially as Americans, right? We tend to think of things in sort of a corporate framework, or the church is maybe like a really big nonprofit and the Pope is like the CEO. Right? It's simply not like that. It's not what the church is. It is unlike any organization that exists in the world, although it shares many of their traits. Jesus is clear and the scriptures are clear. The church is not a big organization or a big corporation. The church is a gift that he gives to humanity to continue his incarnation on earth so that the whole human race can do what Thomas does and go to the side of Jesus and put our hands into his side and profess that Jesus is, Thomas says it, my Lord and my God. He is the source of our existence. He knows my life completely, and I can trust him. We might ask for eyes to see the church that way because it's not our natural way of seeing anything. The most important thing is what those you who are preparing for baptism are acknowledging, what we who are baptized acknowledge by being here. It's good that we exist. And the one who made us, we can trust in his mercy.